The Anglo-Saxon religion was primarily pagan. They worshipped gods of harvest or things like the gods of war. They prayed mostly for material things and for self-benefit. Society was divided into social classes. At the top was the king, upper class were the thanes, and the lower class was the churls. This was all based upon the amount of land each person owned. Below the thanes and the churls are the slaves. Becoming a slave was pretty unlucky back then. Most slaves came from war. Some people became slaves because they were unable to pay a fine. In some other cases, families would sell a child into slavery in a time of famine to ensure that the child would survive. Becoming a slave didn't mean you had to stay a slave for your whole entire life. Slaves could be ransomed by relatives, or they could be granted freedom from their owner. Also, if someone became a slave because of their debt, they could be freed once the debt was fully paid off by their labor. Most men wore either a robe or a tunic. Women wore a dress or a robe that extended all the way to their feet. The usual materials were linen and woolen. The more expensive clothing had colorful dye and exotic borders. Many people also wore amulets made of stone for good luck. In their free time, Anglo-Saxons would play board games such as chess. People would horse race and hunt. They also would play music in their downtime and tell elaborate riddles.
Bye.